What's up, y'all? Time for the Travers. It is one of my favorite races as it falls on the weekend of my birthday. So I always look forward to this one. This was an agonizing race to go through. It's part of the reason it took me so long to get this video done. I think you can make a case for any horse in this race. So it took a while for me to parse through what really is going to make the difference in this one and to figure out what I really think the pace is going to be. Because as we all know, pace makes the race. So interesting contenders in here. As usual for the Travers, we know we got big money in the summertime in New York. So it sets up for the right conditions to bring in the best horses. So let's go ahead and get into these. Number one, Torpedo Anna, Kentucky Oaks winner. She's coming off a win in the coaching class, American Oaks at Saratoga. Yeah. Win there, winning the Acorn. Before that, win the Kentucky Oaks, got to win the Fantasy. Undefeated on the year. Now, not only is this horse run well, she's run well away from the fillies in these stakes races, 4 fillies, of course. And she's going to be carrying 5 pounds less. Now, I think that the difference, honestly, is kind of like you're giving Usain Bolt, a cell phone. And like, yeah, I'm going to race you and stick this cell phone in your pocket. And that's going to, make it so I could beat you. I don't think these weight changes make very much difference when you're dealing with horses that weigh over 1,000 pounds. And they're going to change 5 pounds. I just don't think it's that big of a difference. But weight is weight, and it does make a difference in the long run, physically speaking. So that is something you may want to consider. Torpedo Anna's out of Fast Anna. That's a Medaglia d'Oro horse. Mother's father's Uncle Mo. So you've got 1.25 mile distance with this one. A lot of wins. One problem with Torpedo Anna, you're looking at stepping up in class. First time against the males, going up in the Travers of all races. That's not an easy race to be the first one going up against males. So she is picking a tough spot here. BJ Hernandez, the jockey, Derby winning jockey. Pardon me. Derby winning jockey. He also rode her in the Oaks, trained by Kenneth McPeak, as well as a Derby winner. So he is going to be facing much more experienced jockeys as you do in Saratoga. And he's coming out with a filly, a good filly, 3-1 morning odds. I think that's a bit low. She's stepping up in class. Now, a couple 59-second breathing workouts coming into this one at a 5 furlongs. That's what you want to see. She's in good shape. Hasn't really been pushed, so I'd say, what are we going to get, another second out of this horse? That's why I say she belongs in the field. But I think she's going to have to take 2 steps forward to be able to get the win. Let me just say it that way. Not just one. Likes to run up front. Most of these horses like to run up front. That's what's going to make the pace of this one so interesting. So interesting, and that's going to decide everything. And because the pace is going to be interesting, that's why I think any horse has a chance to win, including Torpedo Anna. In order to win, she's going to need to sit off the pace. I don't think she's got the juice to blast these horses. All right, so I think she's going to need to sit off a good pace and move at the right time. Brian Hernandez, that's on him. Let's get on to the number 2 here. A lot of people's favorite horse. Sierra Leone should be horse of the year just on popularity. Sierra Leone 7-2 in this race, but always highly touted, always highly competitive. Just hasn't come up with a big win in a long time. Last win was in the Bluegrass Stakes. Before that, after that, let's go back before that. A win in the Risen Star, and then a second, which looked like he was going to beat Dornoch, where Dornoch came back and beat him. Who knew that was going to lead to the races we've seen between them this year. This will be the 5th time they're facing each other. That thrilling finish, Dornoch came back and got a win. Sierra Leone came back, beat Dornoch in the Bluegrass Stakes 2 late races later, beat Dornoch again in the Kentucky Derby, which was a loss by a nose to B.J. Hernandez and Mystic Dan. Then Sierra Leone comes back, loses to Dornoch in the Belmont at Saratoga, 1.25 miles, 3rd place in that one. And then the 2nd in the Jim Dandy against Fierceness, where Fierceness kind of disrespectfully just put Sierra Leone away. It wasn't the way that Dornoch put Sierra Leone away in the Remsen, which Dornoch had to fight back to get that win. Johnny V was kind of looking around. He's like, don't worry about this. Nobody's going to catch me. And then it's like, oh, here comes that Sierra Leone again. All right, let's go. And then he kind of, gives Fierceness the signal, and Fierceness is like, all right, let's get going. So I didn't really like that Jim Dandy race. He wasn't a smooth ride. I always like it to be a smooth ride, even if you're going to win big. It doesn't mean you have to push it, but I mean, just win it big. He looked like he was saving too much horse in that one. But this isn't about Fierceness right now. Talking about Sierra Leone and how he was put away by Fierceness didn't make him look good. Did not make him look good. They're back to Flavian Pratt. Chad Brown, the trainer with this one, back to Flavian Pratt. I don't think this is a good move. They thought Pratt was going to be an upgrade. Obviously, Pratt was not an upgrade. If you look back at the stats, this horse finished better with Tyler Gaffalione. I would have gone back to Gaffalione instead of running Flavian Pratt, but that's not what they're doing. Flavian Pratt back aboard him again. I don't really like him because of that. I think he's going to run well. The horse always runs well, always closes well, never really starts well. I wouldn't expect to see much different in this one. The pace may help him out, depending on how it goes. If they get New Yorkitis, if they go really slow, hey, I think it might be his race. He's bred to win it, out of Gun Runner, Candy Ride horse, Malibu Moon, his mother's father. That's an AP Indy line. That AP Indy line with the Tappet and everything. That's the strongest 1.25 mile line going. I mean, the AP Indy line is Seattle Slough and Secretariat. So, horse has got the breeding. Not sure if it's going to be his day. Number 3, another one of these stepping up, upstart, undefeated, going to be a world beater horses. Unmatched Wisdom. Like we've seen Mind Frame. We've seen the other one's losing me right now. You all let me know in the comment section. Undefeated horse that comes through this year, and just not up to snuff once you get in there with the top horses, and that happens a lot once you take the step up in class. Will Unmatched Wisdom have that? We'll see. Horses out of Cairo Prince, Pioneer of the Nile horse. So you got the breeding there. Mother's Father is Pure Prize. That is out of the Stormcat line. So while Stormcat does have a lot of speed and miler pedigree, not so much with the mile and a quarter. A little bit in there. Not sure if that's going to be enough to get him home with this field. Got Irad Ortiz Jr. riding him. It was Flavian Pratt riding him, but they've switched to Irad Ortiz. So I think that's an upgrade, even though the horse was undefeated with Flavian Pratt. Pratt should have stayed on him, honestly. Look, you're undefeated on the horse, you probably just stayed on him. You already lost on Sierra Leone twice. Should have just stayed on Unmatched Wisdom. Gone with Gaffalione on Sierra Leone. You could have had Irad Ortiz over here riding Honor Marie, maybe, where Gaffalione is. But anyway, that's wishful thinking. Chad Brown here with Unmatched Wisdom. Irad Ortiz Jr. riding this one. They got him at 8-1. Bred enough to win the race. Undefeated. Last win in the Curlin. Before that, a win at 1 1/8 in an allowance race at Aqueduct. Before that, breaking his maiden at Aqueduct. In that last out in the curling, he beat the 4 Corporate Power. Another one of those kind of look like he's just putting away the inferior horse. The horse definitely is much like Mind Frame. Big, classy horse. There's just a touch with one of them, yeah, and then Muth and with the other Baffert horse. Imagination. These big, beautiful horses that, I don't know, they just weren't quite as fast. Is Unmatched Wisdom going to be another one of these horses? Could be. Didn't run that fast of a time in the curling. But like I said, he didn't give it his all on that one. Switching to Irad Ortiz Jr., I think this is going to be a strategy horse. Is he going to be a rabbit? I think, yeah, to a certain extent, he is going to be a rabbit. Sierra Leone needs a fast pace to tire out the other horses. I think he will push the pace a bit, which is why I think they won't get complete New Yorkitis and go like 51 seconds in the opening half. I think Irad Ortiz Jr. being aboard, and the fact that Chad Brown's got 2 old horses, one of them we know likes to run from the back, that's gonna make Unmatched Wisdom push to the front. Will he get the lead? Depends on how much McPeak wants to fight, or McPeak and Hernandez want to fight for it, the Torpedo Anna. And in my opinion, that's the second fastest horse on paper. Even though these other ones will take the lead if it's given to them. But I look to see those two probably up front. Unmatched Wisdom, who knows? He's just going to have to be better than these horses to win. He's going to have to get out there and just kind of control the race, kind of like Arrogate did, where we weren't really sure about Arrogate, but by the time they ran the race, it seemed like Arrogate was the only horse running. Unmatched Wisdom, does he have that in him? Maybe. I don't really think so necessarily based on the breeding, but maybe. These horses with the breeding, listen, the Stormcat in there's got some speed, but a little more of the toughness in there. And the big strength and stride with the Pioneer of the Nile. And that's kind of what he looks like anyway. So, will his size and stride get him through? Maybe. Maybe Irad Ortiz can open him up and stretch him out for a win. Number 4, Corporate Power. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous horse. Why? 15-1, they say. That doesn't seem too dangerous. I think that's going to drop a little bit because Javier Castellano's riding him. Won last year's Travers. Won more Travers than anybody else. 7 Travers overall last year with Art Angelo. He's got a win with, let's see here. We got Catholic Boy. Remember that one? Another shocker. That was Castellano there. Rode Keen Ice. The upset. Beaten in as they like to call this horse, the Graveyard of Champions. Beaten American Pharaoh. That was Castellano in that one on Keen Ice. Got on with VE Day. That was another one I was like, who? What? How? VE Day. Castellano with a win in here. Stay Thirsty was Castellano. A Fleet Express, Castellano, and Bernardini. Another Castellano horse winning in the Travers. Corporate Power hasn't shown the speed. That's why I think he's got the 15-1. Like I said, he was put away by Unmatched Wisdom in the curling stakes. That was his last out. Second place. Got a win in the Sir Barton before that, but not too fast of a time. But if you have pace trouble, by I say pace trouble, I mean the pace is too fast, 45 seconds. Pace is too slow, 51 seconds. Horse like Corporate Power is perfect. Perfect to get the win. Castellano knows the track. He knows how to get the win in this kind of race. And most of these horses are front runners on paper. He's only going to have to beat like 2 horses if the pace falls apart. Sierra Leone, who likes to run second, and Anna Marie. He can do that. He can do that. Dangerous horse. Will a pace shake out in his favor? That's not necessarily how I'm seeing it. I don't know that they're going to get that aggressive. I don't think Hernandez is like that. Ortiz is like that. But I don't think the horse wants to do that. I don't see him going any faster than 46. And I think Corporate Power is going to probably need a bit more than that. But You kind of got to like them to close, and you kind of got to like them if you like the pace to fall apart. Breeding-wise, horses out of Curlin, Mother's Father's Quality Road. Quality Road, we know, sire of a Central Quality, winner of Travers. You know, as well as being in that Smarty Jones line. Corporate Power, one to watch. Number 5, speaking of horses to watch, Batten Down. Now, this horse curiously broke his maiden at 1.25 miles at Churchill Downs. Got another win in the Ohio Derby. That Ohio Derby, it was Catching Freedom. I thought Catching Freedom was really going to get a win there. Batten Down just opened up and took it away. Then he came out in the Jim Dandy, back to 1 1/8 miles, which is kind of like a sprint for him. Not too impressive. He wasn't as aggressive in the lead. Like I said, that was more about fierceness and Sierra Leone in the end of it. He just kind of seemed like it was kind of a workout to him. He was into it in the beginning, but I guess he tried to save the horse, and the horse just wasn't into it anymore. Breeding is good out of this one. Horses out of Tap It, like I was already talking about. Mother's Father's First Defense. That is a horse out of Unbridled Song. Seattle Slew going back a couple ways there. It's a little crossbreeding action with the Seattle Slew. Seattle Slew on both sides of the family tree, but far back enough for it to not be an inbreed. So, Batten Down, he likes long races. The longer the better. And we're stretching out here. Junior Alvarado's riding him. That kind of bothers me. Junior Alvarado, you got Irad Ortiz, you got Johnny V, you got Flavian Brad in here. Luis Saez. I don't know. I would like to see somebody besides. I would like to see Irad Ortiz on Batten Down. Boy, that would be something. Junior Alvarado's riding him, though. They got him at 20-1. That's probably why, which does make him a little bit more impressive from the betting side of things. I think the horse is going to be competitive. I think you got to say that. That last out, though, he's acquainted with the track, but like I said, fierceness kind of just put away Sierra Leone, and then he was third behind that. So that was not impressive. He's definitely going to have to do much better than he did in the Jim Dandy. Number 6, we've got Honor Marie. Now, Honor Marie, going back a ways here, when Honor Marie came on the map, was really in this Louisiana Derby behind Catching Freedom, 1 3/16. Second place in that one. Catching Freedom didn't turn out to be as good of a horse as we thought. But Honor Marie was right in there with it. A lot of people liked Honor Marie because of the closing ability and thought maybe Honor Marie may be better going a longer distance, which is where we're sitting now. Kentucky Derby, that didn't pan out, 8th place. Not bad for the Kentucky Derby, being the Kentucky Derby's the Kentucky Derby and the myriad of circumstances that surround that race, but not a win, and beaten by other horses, including Sierra Leone, who are running here. Came back with a 4th place in the Belmont. Decent, but, once again, beat by other horses that you were facing here. Sierra Leone, Dornoch. So, Honor Marie needs to take that step up. Tyler Gaffleone riding. They got 20-1 in the morning odds. Probably going to go up, in my opinion, there. Horses out of Honor Code. That's an AP Indy horse. Got Smart Strike on the other side. So, got the breeding. Just don't know if the horse has the speed. Don't know if Honor Marie has the speed. Number 7, speaking of horses that have the speed, this is the fastest horse in the race. You could make the case that this is Dornoch's race to lose. Dornoch, when running his race, is the horse of the year. Got that win in the Remsen where he kind of fell asleep, and that's Dornoch's problem. Doesn't always run the best race. Was able to come back. He just, willed himself back in that Remsen above Sierra Leone. Got a win in the Fountain Youth. It was kind of a lazy win. Didn't have to do much to get the win there. came back in the bluegrass. Even the trainer's like, yeah, we're going to try something different. Danny Gargan's the trainer. Louis Size jockey on this one. They just kind of chilled out in the bluegrass. Sierra Leone got the win, and they're like, yeah, it doesn't matter. We got enough Derby points. We let Sierra Leone win. Just kind of had an attitude like that. Came out in the Derby, 10th place. Nothing happening. Horse just didn't have what it took. Jockey didn't have what it took to get through and muscle through for the win there. So take some time off. Let's get back to business. Come out in the Belmont Stakes. Kind of shocked people. People kind of forgot Dornoch was any good. Got a win in the Belmont. Then it comes back, the Belmont at Saratoga, I might add, mile and a quarter. Then it comes back in the Haskell. Not a fast time with the 150, but Dornoch put away Mindframe again, like he did in the Belmont, and the rest of the competition in the Haskell. And he's locked himself up as the best horse so far this year, I think, based on that. Horse is out of good magic. That's a curling horse. Mother's father is big brown, so serious breeding. No need to worry about can the horse handle the distance. He's already handled the distance. He's already got the best time of the 3-year-olds this year at that distance in that Belmont Stakes at Saratoga. Question is, can he do it again? Same track, same distance. More competition, though, in my opinion. Tougher competition. He can do it. 5-2 favorite. I think they're kind of hating on him a bit with the 5-2. He should probably be like a 9-5. It's his race to lose. He's got the best speed. I mean, forget the buyer figures. He's got the best real times of these horses here, especially when you look at this field. However, he has shown that he can be beat because they just don't always run the best race. They get kind of gimmicky and stuff sometimes, and that might happen here. Coming off of 2 strong wins, might be a bit cocky, and the target on his back. There might be some shenanigans going on with these other horses. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, especially you got Brad Cox in here. Chad Brown's got 2 horses in here. He might just try to throw Unmatched Wisdom up in front of him. Do something crazy. I've seen crazier things than that. And they won't even. These guys are good enough to block the horse without getting the foul. You just make it so uncomfortable for him, and the horse is just never really running straight. And he'll sacrifice. He's sacrificing the horse. So Unmatched Wisdom might. I mean, if it doesn't work out for him, he won't win because he spends all his time getting Dornoch out of the way. But it clears the path for Sierra Leone. You got to look out for that. You got to look out for these other horses. Like, as it Batten Down's going to be in here. Torpedo Anna, I think it's going to come out probably the fastest out of the gate of the first furlong or so. Along with Unmatched Wisdom, they both might try to jump in front of Dornoch. Dornoch's going to try to be near the front. But you can have Dornoch in there, and Fierceness likes to ride near the front. Johnny V might try to get up in there and disturb things, even though it's not really in his style. Johnny V, we all know he's classy to result to some dirty tactics like cutting other jockeys off and clipping heel and stuff like Ramon Dominguez and stuff. I don't know. Did I say Ramon Dominguez? No, Ramon Dominguez. Yeah. Check the tape. Ramon Dominguez and some other guys. What's the other guy I'm thinking of? What's the other guy I'm thinking of? Got suspended a couple of years back. You all know what I'm talking about. Let me know in the comments section. Johnny V's not that kind of guy. But Johnny V will do things to make him complicated, to make it complicated for him. Where he rides, where he positions his horse. If Johnny V can just stay in front of you, that's what he'll do. That's what he'll do. You have to cut him off. I stay in front of you the whole time. So, he's really got a target on his back, honestly. Dornoch's got the target on his back. Louis Size has the target on his back. Can he handle it? Can he handle it? He's had the target on his back before with maximum security. Can he get it done this time? We'll see. Dornoch's a tough horse. One of the toughest horses I've seen since a Fleet Alex. So if any horse can get it done, I say it's him. Number 8, Fierceness. 2-year-old champion, running in what we were saying is the graveyard of champions. Out of City of Light, being ridden by Johnny Velasquez. Todd Pletcher, the trainer, just Hall of Fameness all over this horse here already. Just go ahead and stick him in the Hall of Fame now. 3-1 in the morning odds. These morning odds honestly make no sense. They're not really, I don't think they're really going to. They've got Torpedo Ann at 3-1. They've got Fierceness 3-1. They're going with 5-2 for Dornock, and then there's still enough room for a 7-2 with Sierra Leone. These other horses are going to have to be like 30 or 40-1 for any of this stuff to make sense. But that's what they got it. 3-1 for Fierceness, Pletcher, Velasquez. Here's the thing. All right, this horse now, great career. He's undefeated at Saratoga. Won his first out. Big, 11 lengths at Saratoga. Then he comes out in the Champagne Stakes, gets beat. Next out, Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Big win, awesome, champion. Comes back next year, Holy Bull, beat, 3rd place. Gets it together, next race, Florida Derby. Strong win. Derby favorite. Looks like he's going to be a world beater. Nope. 15th. Wasn't happening for the Derby. Didn't feel like running. Takes a chill. Sits out to Belmont. Comes back. Jim Dandy. He sits out the Haskell as well, I might add you. Comes back for the Jim Dandy. And just kind of walks all over the horses in that one. It looks like, I told y'all I was the champion. I mean, we weren't putting these other horses out here for. So, history is to say he's not going to fire this time. It's hard for me to go against history in this one. The horse hasn't done well at 1.25 miles, even though he is undefeated at Saratoga. He's got the win in the Jim Dandy, got the win in the maiden special weight here. He's been off again, on and again, and he's facing all this other horsey grace in this year. Dornock's in here, and Sierra Leone's coming back again. Torpedo Anna, I think if Torpedo Anna doesn't do anything, she's going to be competitive because she's going to be up there on the pace. And you know, all-time champion here, Castellano, Corporate Power. This is just not going to be that easy for Fierceness, and Fierceness has not been consistent enough for me to really like Fierceness. But, like I said, it's all going to come down to the pace. So here's what I got with the pace going. I've got Torpedo Anna, like I said, Unmatched Wisdom, and I think Batten Down's going to be in there, but I think it's going to be a bit of a battle between the 1 and the 3. Irad Ortiz Jr. is a bit more of a bully. I don't think Brian Hernandez is really going to fight him for it. So I think he gets the lead. Don't think he's going to need to go 46. I'm seeing more of a 47, 4-ish type. Maybe up to a 48-1. More of like a 47, 4-ish. Because a lot of these horses are going to run up there. Dornock's going to be up there. Fierceness is going to be up there. Batten Down will be up there. We've really only got Sierra Leone, Corporate Power, and Anna Marie running off of that pace. I think it will be to the detriment of those horses because I think they're kind of get left behind, and the winner's going to end up coming out of who wins the speed battle up front. That was the toughest thing for me to figure out. And like I said, I was able to make a case for everyone to win this race. But I had to go with my first impression, as I usually do when I'm torn. And my first impression in this race, being that it's the Graveyard of Champions, and being that all eyes are going to be on these other tougher horses, and they're not going to get New Yorkitis to the point where it's going to slow down the pace so much. So my instinct is that Dornoch is not going to be able to pull off the three-peat. My instinct is that Fiercest is going to go back into his slump, and that it's going to be battened down that gets the win here. I hope I get 20-1 odds and it comes through. Who knows with these odds? Lots of star power in this race, and it's really a tough call. Like I said, you could make a call for anyone, your case for anyone, and please let me know who you like in the comments section. I'm going with batten down. I think he sits just enough off of this quick pace to where he emerges with the benefit of its momentum. I think Dornoch will be behind him. Dornoch will run behind him, try to run him down. Won't get there, so I got Dornoch in second. Third place, I've got Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone likes to run, likes to close. Don't think he gets there. In fourth place, I'm going with the 1, Torpedo Anna. I think Torpedo Anna will be in there running hard and will hang out. Finishing fourth. Fierceness, I think Fierceness kind of falls apart. Doesn't, I think he's going to hang in there and just, kind of like he does. He's like, you're not really running me hard, so I'm not really in for it today. Corporate Power, I like him to close. Don't think he has the speed to make it happen in this one, and neither do I think that with Honor Marie. So that's how I'm doing it. I'm going with batten down. Please let me know what you think in the comments section, and I will see y'all after the race.